Alright, sick. Been a while since I uploaded, huh? I've been kind of lazy. Not even really lazy. I haven't had much to talk about. There wasn't really anything going on. And then something did happen. We got a patch. And I got busy. The school year started up. And I just couldn't find the time to talk about anything. But now I'm back. So we got a tier list. Now, I know I made a lot of tier list videos. I think I made like 2 huge, like really, really long tier list videos. And I keep saying, I don't want to make them too long, but they always end up too long. So this time I don't really give a shit about the time. I'm just focused on, this is my thoughts of what the game is like right now. And already you can see there's a lot of fucking, you know, cap opinions. There's a lot of shit where people are like, oh my god, yo, did you see fucking Sonic Fox's tier list? He put Beerus in S. That's cap. It was a cap opinion. Fucking Goichi. Yo, did you see Goichi put fucking Ginyu in S tier? That's fucking cap trash opinion. Opinions aren't trash. And by the way, this is like I keep saying to people, tier lists are not like objective, especially in games like these. They're thinking maps. This is a thinking map, right? There are different ways that you can succeed playing in a game like this and a lot of fighting games where pro players will disagree on a tier list or certain tier list placements or how the game is winning, who's winning the game, right? Like Goichi does not believe in Beerus, but Sonic Fox does. Sonic Fox does not believe in Ginyu, but Goichi does. There are many different opinions to many, many good players, like right here. This is Sonic Fox tier list. Let me see if this is showing up good. Yeah. It's showing up good. Sonic Fox tier list. Whatever you give a shit about the placements, this is what he thinks about the placements. Wawa's looks completely different. Wawa's looks nothing like Sonic Fox's. Goichi's looks nothing like Wawa's, looks nothing like Sonic Fox. They might have a couple of similarities, right? All of them have fucking UI Goku in the top tier somewhere. Oh, Sonic Fox doesn't even have that. Wait a minute. All of them have Kid Buu, right? All of them have, I think Z Broly. All of them have Z Broly. There's a couple of placements that is like unanimous, but there's no definitive tier list right now. The patch is new. The game, quote unquote, is new. People are still figuring shit out, and people can differ in having opinions about the game. People can disagree. Both Sonic Fox and Goichi are some of the best players in the world. So, they both can't have capped opinions, right? And they're both disagreeing on some stuff. But anyway, so getting into my opinion. I took a lot of time to think about this list, and once I saw that other players were publishing theirs, I was like, okay, this is probably a good time to settle on what I got, because I think a lot of the choices are somewhat similar, at least. There's some similar conclusions here. So I decided this is a good time. And also my channel is fucking dying. Well, actually I'm still gaining subscribers, but, you know, it seems like I haven't uploaded in a while, so this will be a good supplement. First, top tier. I didn't order this tier, and the reason I didn't order this tier is because I couldn't decide who was better than another character. I think these characters are all really, 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 really powerful in their own different ways. So just to start it off, 21. Sonic Fox thinks 21 is the best character in the game. And I can see why he thinks that. Because 21 has, in his own words, she does everything. She does everything in the game. So 21 is a character that is very malleable. She can adapt to a lot of situations, right? You can put her in any team slot, she would work fine. You can put her on almost any team and she would work fine. She can play the game really, really well. She has really good neutral. She has high damage, great corner carry. She can mix up with not that much effort. She can mix up off her level 3. She can regenerate her own health off her level 3. There's a lot of stuff she can do. She has great assists. She has pretty high level 1 super damage. She can combo into Spirit Bomb. She can do, like, basically everything for everyone, pretty much. So So she's a really, really good character. Z Broly. Z Broly is really, really good. Top neutral. Really, really, really good neutral. The man has, I think, at this point, non-debatably, right, the best ki blast in the game. Maybe not the best in terms of, like, speed or hitbox or some shit, but they eat other ki blasts. He has 6 of them, and he can angle them upwards. They're really, really good for screen control. In my opinion, I think they're the best in the game. Outstanding buttons. Really, really good frame data for a big character. 17 frame command grab with great range. Some people think that the 17 frame grabs are reactable, and you know, no matter how hard I try, I can't react to them, so I'm just going to call them unreactable. A lot of pro players call them unreactable. I'm just going to keep calling it that. He has the unreactable grab. He can double super, dump meter gain, like 21. He can go on almost any team and succeed. I think his problem, I think a weakness of Z Broly, is that he can't really get a 50-50 without the supposed unreactable grab, and he doesn't have good punish game, right? Because his only medium is off his auto combo, which you're not going to get very much in matches unless you're trying to frame trap with the grab, which, to be fair, will happen a lot with this character. But off of stuff like, let's say, a guard cancel, you're not going to often be getting a 5LL punish, especially because his jab is so big. You're not going to be getting a 2H punish into death most of the time with this character, unless you spark and really, really optimize because of how his moves scale. So his punish game is a little bit weak. But other than that, the character's really, really solid. I think most people can see that and agree with that. Base Vegeta, just like Z Broly, outstanding neutral. Another thing about Base Vegeta is that his neutral is really, really non-committal. You can throw a Ki Blast, he's very safe on whiff. You can backdash JS, he's very safe on whiff. He barely has any landing recovery. His EX kick got a little bit less safe on whiff, and it's not a DP anymore, not a frame 4 DP. But it's still a great tool to have. You can basically use it as a whiff punish tool and come in from the side. He still has a full screen lariat, which even though it's unsafe on block, you can call assist, get plus frames. There's your advantage for free. He has the disc, which is really, really good for block strings. And a lot of people don't consider this, right? A lot of people are like, okay, it's 21 frames, 22 frames. You can mash out of it. You can reflect it on reaction most of the time if you have good reactions, right? And the mix he gets, like, you can do super dash plus assist. What's so special about the discs? The disc is really good. I think the reason the disc is good is because it counts as a projectile. If you reflect the disc, Base Vegeta is not going anywhere. The assist is still holding you in place. You can still mix even though they're reflected, and that's really, really strong. Not a lot of other 50-50s that are, you know, RPS. You can reflect out of it. Really do that. And even though, of course, right, they can just reflect again with the high or the low, you have the threat of the EX kick. You can bait their reflect, and because you're Base Vegeta, you're doing a lot of damage. You are gonna kill them, right? You're gonna gain a lot of bar in the corner, especially. You're gonna level 3. You're gonna mix the shit out of them. So that's still a really, really strong option to have. You generally, in that situation, don't want to be reflecting Base Vegeta unless you're really sure he's gonna go for the mix-up. Because if he predicts that you are gonna reflect, you're gonna die. He's gonna 2M you. If you don't reflect, if he conditions you, okay, you're gonna die if you reflect this shit. Then he starts mixing you, and it's a 50-50, potentially a 3-way. He can even sneak in a Dragon Rush, kills the reflect, can catch you unexpectedly. So he has a lot of options off the disc. Great mix-up potential. And yeah, he's just a great character. Another thing, he has a great jab for a short character. I'm not gonna say it's like a top jab in the game or something, but for a short character, it has decent range, best jab range out of all the Vegetas. He can 4LL it, which means like you hold back and it does 2 jabs in quick succession. It's only -2, really, really good frame data. So as that button, I think that's one of the best jabs on a short character, and I just like noting that. Gotenks. And I know some people are like, okay, it's too early and we don't know enough shit about Gotenks. Snap stuff is generally fake. Unless missing something. I don't know that much about the new Snap shit. But here's the deal. Gotenks has ghosts. He does a lot of things right. He just has a lot of really good traits. Great assist. He can go on almost any team, like I was saying. Great damage. He's one of the few short characters that actually has decent double reflect. His 2M is pretty good for it. He can create his own plus frames. He has Oki with the ghost. He can double super with the ghost. He can combo into Spirit Bomb, which means great synergy for this guy right here. He can mix up, right? He has like the EX spinny thing, which you can guard cancel out of. But the point is that he has the mix. I think, even though it's not 50-50, he still has auto combo into IAD Jam or IAD with JH into 2L for the low. I don't know if that's actually still 50-50, but that's a really good mix. He has good frame data, right? Like this character, he's really good. He has great neutral. I think really the main problem with this character, there are a couple of little baby issues with the character, which is let me think. Right. So if you Ki Blast with this character, he's really short, and his Ki Blasts are good. But if you Super Dash over the first Ki Blast, there's a chance that because he's so small, the Ki Blast is right here, the Super Dash will go over the next Ki Blast, and you won't be able to cancel into 2H. And that can be a little bit of a problem. But considering one Ki Blast into beam is pretty strong, and he can fake out the beam, I think he still has good neutral. He still has the air 6S and all that kind of stuff. He has stuff, little gimmicky broken shit, right? He has the little damage scaling glitch where if you do 2 EX fists into a vanish, the combo doesn't have damage scaling, which I think is fucking stupid. Especially because you can Beyblade, which does not stop Super Dash anymore, to bait people into Super Dashing you. Then, when you hear the Super Dash, you cancel into the heavy fists twice, kill them. They're dead. That's it. You won the game. Or you kill the character at least. As long as you have the bar. So I think that is just really broken. And another thing, he has the re-jumps that just happened, so his corner carry got buffed, his meter gain got buffed. His damage got buffed. Dude, he's really good in my opinion. UI. Now I've seen a lot of EU players, especially like the ones that play in the Damascus tournaments, put UI as like top 1, and I disagree with that. I don't think, even though I said this in that order, I don't think UI is top 1, but I do think it's really strong. UI is successful for very similar reasons to why Bardock is successful as a character. He just plays the game really well, and similarly to the Sonic Fox logic, UI does everything, right? He does everything you want in a character, except maybe, you know, he has an unreliable way of getting 50-50s. Unreliable meaning like you need a lot of blocks done, or it's reflectable or some shit. But for the most part, he has really great neutral. He can steal his turn back on stuff like vanishes. I think UI succeeds because you can't take your turn back from him. It's always UI's turn. UI just gets to play the game. He's very ignorant. He has stuff like, in my opinion, the best auto combo in the game. Really disjointed jab, low crush second hit, right? It's basically Bardock's jab and Bardock's auto combo, but on steroids, right? This man is fucking Bardock on crack. He has 5S, which Bardock does not have. This is a beam property move. Jails into vanish, safe on block. That's really powerful. He even has a 2S that's also a beam property that covers a really great angle. He basically has a non-committal version of GT Goku Beam. That's really good. He can make his own plus frames, which can trip you up because it looks like his grab, so you jump, and then he gets a free, non-reflectable 2L block string, which catches a lot of people. He's really good. I just can't seem to find much problems with this character aside from actual, like, mix-ups. He's just a really good character at keeping his turn. Similar to Vegito, right? This is my philosophy on Vegito and characters like Vegito. They succeed when you're winning the game already, because when you can't get out of a block string, you're going to want to press buttons more. You're going to want to make mistakes more. If you're winning and you're blocking something, you don't give a shit if you're blocking, because you're already winning. They have to get the hit on you. They have to mix you up. But if you're just sitting there blocking, you have to get out of the block string so you can get a hit on them. So that's where characters like UI and characters like Vegito succeed, is when they have the advantage, and they know they have the advantage, so they don't have to end their pressure. They can keep resetting. And then, when you make a mistake, or they predict that you're going to make a mistake, you get exploded. Especially in UI's case, UI has really, really great damage. So, and there's a couple other things I haven't mentioned, like the counter super and the shoulder tackle DP and all that kind of shit. But basically, that's why I think UI's good. Kid Buu. In my opinion, if I were to order this, I would put Kid Buu in top 4 or top 3. I think he's still really strong. I think Sonic Fox is underrating him a little bit. Here's why. Kid Buu, for the sake of his really, really broken assists, his really, really top tier neutral, stuff like the frame 1 grab to catch bad vanishes in their fucking tracks. Like, if you see a person that does a shitty vanish, that you know there's a gap between the special move, you can every single time arm him down, get a combo, potentially kill, if you have the assists or the meter. Which, Yamcha's got that better, because this is a medium scale. But the point is that he has the tool. He can get a gapless 50-50, reflectable, because it comes off his 2S. But you don't want to be reflecting Kid Buu, because if you reflect Kid Buu, you're going to die. That's a problem. So, Kid Buu, another thing, Kid Buu has really, really great normals, and Kid Buu smokes reflect. Another thing I think makes characters good is if they can kill the game, right? Like UI kills the game, right? He kills stuff like Vanish giving you plus frames. You can't take your turn back against UI because he has a DP that's on frame 4. You can't reflect Kid Buu. Stuff like you can't reflect hit. You can't wake up against Beerus. He has all the Oki options. You can't guard cancel Kefla. Like, Kid Buu can use his big ass normals to kill reflect. Absolutely decimate reflect. And another thing is that his stomps and all those moves, I think it's only stomps actually, they don't actually have a hurt box. They're like a projectile. So you can basically just poke people from really, really long ranges and not have to commit, especially with a fast Ki Blast. A Ki Blast that covers a very strong angle. One of the fastest startup beams in the game. I think he's tied for the fastest, right? He has a really fast ground beam, which even though it has a shitty hitbox, it's great for if you want to get a quick knee from full screen. Doesn't jail into Vanish, but you don't have to jail into Vanish. You can call an assist or some shit like that. I think Kid Buu's really good. Fucking what else? He has great DHC synergy with a lot of the cast. His level 1 is really good for stuff like Base Vegeta gives him extra spikes. 21 gets a safe jump. Trunks gets a safe jump, etc., 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 etc. So his level 1, while it's not high damage, it's really good for stuff like mix-up synergy. And I actually understand why Kid Buu would be an underrated character, because even though he has a lot of good traits, they're not quite as outright busted as some of these characters on here. But at the same time, I think he does enough that he's worth the spot, right? Especially for the stuff like the normals, which kill reflect. They're great for staggers, right? Staggers are important right now. Assist regen. He can really bring back his assists. He can keep his pressure going for a long time. In a similar vein to UI, right? He can just keep resetting because you can't mash him. Yeah, so Kid Buu's very good. Teen Gohan. Goichi put Teen Gohan as top 1 on his tier list, and I disagree with that. I think Teen Gohan has faults, even though he has really, really, really busted strengths. I think he's a kind of polarizing character. I think Teen Gohan is a character that, for the price of, compared to some top tiers, he has a couple of weaknesses. He makes up for it with overwhelming strength. Overwhelming strength. For one, his weakness. He doesn't have a beam. He doesn't have anything that jails into Vanish without Ki Blast block stun. Right? So it's not. So it's like UI can jail into vanish from full screen with his 5S. You can't reflect it. He's in. He's plus. Base Vegeta can disc. Gotenks can beam. Broly doesn't even have to do that. He could just 2-6S and he's plus. 21 has the ball. Kid Buu has the beam. Base Goku has the beam. Cell has the beam. Teen Gohan doesn't have anything to get in and B plus solo for absolutely free. And in addition, I don't think he has any plus moves in general aside from the EX legs, which are guard cancelable, and the 2S, which is key blast blocks. Which are not bad moves, but the point is that they have weaknesses that a couple of these other moves don't have, aside from just meter cost. And I feel like that's a problem, right? He can't get in as efficiently as some characters without help, right? He needs an assist to back him up when he EX lariats in after a key blast, which is really strong, like I said. But he can't do it by himself. He can't really play the game by himself in that respect. Another weakness. He has baby jabs, right? Size of the normals matters because if you can't poke things, you're going to be outranged a lot in staggers. And even though he has a DP is a lot more of a risk than a jab in my opinion, especially because you can safe jump it. If you safe jump someone mashing, they might get hit. If you safe jump someone who DP'd, they're going to get hit with a 2M, they're going to die. I think that's more of a risk. It's a great trait, but point is, for the sake of argument, he can't poke things very efficiently without his lariat, and I feel like that's a weakness. His normals are pretty small. But aside from those little baby, insignificant almost problems, he has outstanding meter gain. Gets 50-50 off almost anything because of the legs. He has great frame data. He has a lariat that he can combo off of. He has a DP, and I said this was kind of a weakness before, but that's because he needed to rely on the DP. It's not because he had a DP. In addition to that DP, he has a frame 1 medium scaled TOD starter, air DP, which is really, really powerful. He has some of the best damage in the game, some of the best corner carry in the game. He goes corner to corner, builds 2 bars, solo. That's really, really strong. He can pressure reset pretty efficiently, even though his normals suck. He can double reflect, even though it doesn't smoke reflect tag, I don't think. He can double reflect, even though he's short, which is really good. He has, I think, tied for the fastest ki blast in the game. Him, Majin Buu, and Kefla have 11 frame ground ki blasts, even though they only shoot 4. So you're going to be able to smack people from full screen a lot more than you should. It's almost like less committal lariat in a way for those ki blasts. And I think that's really strong. High level 1 damage, a level 5, great level 3 Oki. He's a really, really strong character. And like I said, this isn't order. I think if I was going to order it, he would be top 5, potentially. Top 5, top 6. Yeah. Base Goku. Now, originally, instead of Base Goku, I had Cell up here. But I put Base Goku here for a couple of reasons. Cell... Okay, we'll get to Cell's weaknesses when we get to Cell. But Base Goku has really, really outstanding neutral. He can play neutral even better than SSJ Goku could. And SSJ Goku has really, really good neutral. But Base Goku's neutral is... Holy shit, that's great neutral. Base Goku has a frame 4 shoulder tackle DP that's safe on block. Not many characters have a frame 4 DP that's safe on block. And it can combo off it if it hits. And I think that's really, really strong. He has stuff like the Spirit Bomb. If you super dash him, you're probably going to die. He can save bar very efficiently on Anchor because he has a level 2 that does level 3's worth of damage. He can stagger very efficiently. He has a very fast 2M. So unlike SSJ Goku, he can get super dash plus assist. So he's a very functionable mid. He has a really good A assist. His B assist is also really good on certain team comps. His C assist is alright. I don't really like it, but it's good assist. He has great frame data. He has great jab, right? 4LL. That's a great stagger tool. He has stuff like his grab, his light grab, 20 frames. Technically reactable, but really, really good range. Great tool to throw in, especially because of his great normals, great stagger stuff that you can get off it. High damage, decent enough meter gain. spark loops. Dude, this character has a lot of shit. I had to put him over Cell, because even though Cell has mix-ups, and I think can deal with Reflect better, and maybe more damage, potentially, solo, not solo, with assist, potentially, maybe not. So, Base Goku has the neutral, and I think neutral is a little bit more important right now, so, Base Goku, you take it. Base Goku functions by himself a lot better as well. Now we're in S tier, and we're already hitting the 25-minute mark. Holy shit. I took a lot of time explaining only 8 characters. Wow. For the rest of the 40, we're going to be fucking ecstatic. Let's not waste any more time. Cell. He's really good. Cell has a lot of great traits. He can body reflect. He has a really, really good fucking... He just kills reflect, right? This man... Okay, forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, his beam vanish is really good because of that. So a lot of characters have a way of jailing into a vanish, right? So in this case, Cell's a beam, which is very common. But because Cell bodies reflect a lot, and he can body backdash with that same anti-reflect, Cell has a better beam vanish than most people, so it's hard to take your turn back from him. If you backdash someone else's vanish and they're just mashing, you can catch them, you can 2M them, you can kill them. If they're waiting for the backdash or waiting for your reflect, they normally have to dash OS or something, and you can mash. It's a little bit easier to take your turn back. However, with Cell, because he has that auto combo, he can sort of kill that one mechanic of the game like I was talking about. And that's really, really strong, I think. But aside from that, I think all the characters in S tier have some weakness in some respect. Cell, despite having a really, really powerful beam vanish, I think his neutral is pretty limited, right? Because aside from the beam, he doesn't have a lot of other things, right? His teleport slam thing is slow. His JS only covers the ground, leaves him pretty open on whiff. His Ki Blast don't go full screen, right? So he doesn't have a lot. He basically just plays footsies and then uses the beam to punish you to get a hit, and then if you block it, he's in, which is strong. But because of that neutral weakness, that's why I have him down here. Another strength of Cell, because I really just want to focus on the strengths. He has great buttons and frame data. He might have some of the best, if not the best, frame data in the game. Everything the character has is fucking safe. Everything. I think the only unsafe normals he has is the 5H and the 2H. And even the special moves, except for the beam maybe, are safe. Right? He's really, 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 really good at resetting his pressure, because all of his shit is fucking -2, -3, -5 with spacing, -5 with spacing, -5. Fuck. Yeah. He just has a lot of great things. He has a very consistent way of getting a plus on block 6M. Again, pressure resets. High damage. Really, really high damage. Let me put another song on. Hold on. Another album. There we go. So, what was I saying? Okay, high-ass damage. Good-ass meter gain. Can go on a lot of teams very well. He basically only needs a beam, and he can get a 50-50 off the perfect attack. If he has more blocks, then he gets it for no meter. The perfect attack is a frame 1 air DP, and it's safe on block, and he could potentially get a mix-up off it. That's very, very good. That's really good. A lot of the frame 1 air DPs are pretty good. I think Kid Buu has the worst, and even then, it's still a pretty good thing to have. But yeah. So Cell has a lot of really, really good traits, but again, the one neutral weakness I feel puts him a little bit lower. And in fact, I might do this. Aha. Now why is Blue Vegeta up there? Holy shit. Blue Vegeta's fucking good. Oh, what the fuck's going on? So Blue Vegeta is great. Here's my only problem with Blue Vegeta. Here's my only 2 weaknesses of Blue Vegeta. He has baby jabs and normals, right? And and he can't 2H out of his Ki Blast, which was mitigated, right? He can whiff cancel things, which is actually one of his strengths. But at the same time, the fact that he can't 2H out of a Ki Blast means that he can't necessarily TOD you off of a bad neutral decision like some characters can, right? If you super dash a bad Ki Blast on base Vegeta and he has enough bar, he sparks off that 2H and you fucking die. If 21 sparks off her 2H, you fucking die. Gotenks sparks off his 2H, you fucking die. UI doesn't even have to spark. We saw that with Goichi. You get sparkless TOD'd because you made a bad neutral decision against UI. And Blue Vegeta doesn't necessarily have access to that if the Super Dash touches Ki Blast, which is a little bit of a minor weakness. His TODs are not that important, but still worth noting that he doesn't have access to such a universal mechanic almost. With that being said, here's his strengths. He does high as fuck damage. They buffed his combo routes to make him do even more damage. Solid corner carry. He gets a 50-50 with very little block stun. In the corner, he gets it meterless as well. The kick for the 50-50 is 17 frame. So if you're one of those people that says that the Z Broly grab is reactable, then you can technically react to this and reflect it. But if you do, even then, he can do the second hit of the M-Rekka, and it will body the reflect. And I think maybe this the second hit H will also body reflect, but I'm not sure. And even then, very hard to react to. You do like jab, 236M, kills a reflect, fucking, you get a 50-50 off it, you can convert off it. Dude, that's a really, really strong way of getting 50-50s. Strong neutral. I know that I said that having the 2H kind of hurts the character, not being able to 2H kind of hurts the character, but at the same time, you can spam Ki Blast. Really shit neutral decisions. Guys, I'm fucking out in the open. Come super dash me. Oh shit. You pressed fucking super dash, you fucking idiot. Big bang attack, vanish, you fucking bitch. Oh wait, you fucking super dashed me? I canceled in the final flash. Reaction, whiff, and you couldn't do shit about it. Fucking idiot. You super dash Blue Vegeta, you fucking idiot. So, that's really, really good. He also has the EX grab, which I think is a great neutral tool. I think I don't know if they made it less safe or more safe on whiff, but either way, it's like really, really fast. I think it's like 22 frames. Shoots up. This way at you. Catches your jump. Potentially catches you if you're on the ground. You can combo off it. You can't get a sliding knockdown, I don't think. But you can combo off it. And it's Ki Blast invincible. It catches your jump. Really good shit to throw out. It's almost like fucking throwing out an Android 16 grab in neutral. But it's a little bit better, in my opinion. But, yeah. So, Blue Vegeta is really, really good. He gets a lot of mix, he does a lot of damage, he builds a lot of bar, he gets to spend the bar very efficiently, and he has good neutral, but he just has a baby jab, and he can't 2H stuff. Yeah, that's a problem. Blue Goku. I consider putting Blue Goku way, way lower than this, and I am still considering actually putting Kefla above him, but for now I'm going to keep him here. And the reason why is because Blue Goku has very high damage, very good meter gain, even better staggers and frame data than fucking Cell, which is a hard thing to accomplish. Potentially, I think Cell might have better frame data, but very, very good frame data. He has ways to get mix-ups by himself because he has the 17 frame grab. In addition, I think he has the best one for two-touching, at least in the game, because you can assist extend off it, and you can vanish off it, and you can spark off it, and you will be able to keep comboing, which most of the 17 frame grabs do not allow you to do. I think he might be the only one, but I could be wrong. Which is really, really strong. I think with an assist extension, you can get 40% off it if you just loop or something. So, that's really good. You can two-touch off of a random-ass stagger, and that's really, really powerful. He has pretty good assist. They buffed his A assist. Now the A assist is fucking crazy. The B assist is pretty good. The C assist is alright. His DHC is pretty good because the The level 1 will give a sliding knockdown. You get a safe jump for characters like 21, characters like who else? Tien maybe, Krillin, Trunks, shit like that. You'll be able to get a safe jump. You will be able to get full charge special beam cannon with Piccolo in some cases. In addition, he has a level 5, which is a good trait to have, especially if you're solo. If you really want to kill something, you get to use that. He can switch sides off his level 3. That's really good. I don't think any other character can choose to switch sides on their level 3 like that. The level 3 has really good damage scaling. I think it does the same damage as SSJ Goku's, which scales pretty good. He has the EX shoulder in neutral, which is slow. I don't think it's a mix-up tool. Remember, it's like 38 fucking frames. But let me fix my hair is shit right now. It's a good neutral tool for a similar reason than base Vegeta's, right? You can use it for a whiff punish, but in addition, it's safe on block. You can combo off it by yourself and get a sliding knockdown, and it's Ki Blast invincible. So, and it's grounded as well. So, most of the time you're not going to punish it. You're just going to avoid it. Unless you do a really smart preemptive, or you were already avoiding it super dash. It's very hard to genuinely avoid the move. Especially if you were already like mid-whiffing something, like a jab or something. So that's really strong. Here's the issue with Blue Goku. It's very similar to Teen Gohan. He doesn't have anything that jails him to vanish. And because he's not as mix-up oriented as some of these characters that can just, oh, I call assist and you fucking died. Blueku has to stagger into his grab, the 2-touch. But he also doesn't have a way to reliably get plus frames, because his only plus move is his slow-ass 34-frame teleport that's only +1. And I think that's fucking garbage, and I think he should have some move that jails into vanish more efficiently. But he is still a really strong character. I have a friend, training partner, that plays Blueku. He bodies my ass most of the time, and sometimes I beat him. But basically, Blueku's very powerful. Another strength of Blueku. Blueku has his JS, and his JS is really good because it's really good for cross-ups. It's really good for Oki, because if you think you can 2H something, that shit catches you. That shit is really good, in my opinion. You can backdash JS or backdash dive kick, and like you don't know where he's going. If he dive kicks, he calls assist and he gets in and it's plus. If he JS's, then your 2H gets fucked and he gets the vanish off it, and potentially, if he has enough meter, kill you. So really good, really good trait to have. Anyway, Blueku's good. Like I said, I think his only real problem is his neutral, because he doesn't have a lot of ways to cover a lot of angles. He just has a ground Ki Blast and his air Ki Blast, which is like fucking -40 on whiff, which is not that good. And the EX shoulder, which is alright. He has this other lariats, which are pretty good, but one of them is pretty slow with 17 frames and doesn't go full screen, and the other one is really fast, but it doesn't have a lot of range. So his neutral is not bad, but it's very limited. That's what I think his neutral is. Now Kefla. Fuck it, I might actually do this. Okay, Kefla. Kefla is really strong, and a lot of people are kind of underrating her because her Hell Zone got nerfed. And I know a lot of people personally who are gonna look at me and go, "What the fuck? You think Kefla's that good?" Yes, I do. I'm gonna explain why. Kefla, like I said earlier, has a trait where she defeats a system mechanic. You can't guard cancel her. It's almost impossible to guard cancel Kefla. She bodies the fucking fuck out of guard cancel. Very difficult to guard cancel Kefla. A lot of her normals are multi-hit, and the normals that aren't are normally pretty safe if you guard cancel. Her jabs are all both safe. Her 2M is pretty safe. Her 5LL and her 5M are multi-hit, so if you guard cancel, she can just cancel into 2H. Everything else is like but at the same time, very strong to have. Very strong to have those two. In addition, the amount of hits that 5M has means you can squeeze a lot of things in there, right? If you cancel it into a 6M midway, for example, with not a lot of characters you can do on their multi-hits. Do Gohan cannot cancel the second hit of his jab. Kefla can cancel any hit of her 5M. That's really good. You can cancel it into a 6M, into a 6H overhead that she can combo off of. You can cancel it into her lariat to trip people up. You just went overhead. Now you went low. There's a gap. You can cancel it into the dash plus assist and mix people up. You can cancel it into fucking like almost anything you want. And I think that's really, really strong. Especially for like stuff like Spark Mix, right? You see her cancel that early, or you don't, and she air dashed you, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? Or if you do see her, and she did a JS on you, now she's going to spark loop you, build a bit of her bar back, and you're going to die. In addition to that, she does high damage. If you do her optimal, she does something like 55% solo, probably something like 60, 61, 62% with an assist, or 2 assists. Which is fucking outstanding damage-wise. She builds a decent bit of bar. She has good DHC synergy with a lot of characters, decent super damage. I think she can mix off her level 3. She has a Hell Zone. And I know Hell Zone's got nerfed, but listen to this. Anything that covers a wake up, anything that you can get any sort of mix on an Oki is really good in this game right now. Because being able to deal with delay tech, the whole reason snap meta was so prevalent in Season 2 is because people were tired of dealing with fucking all the tech options. If you have something that kills all the tech options, like Kefla's Hell Zone, that's really, really good to have, in my opinion. You get to kill the entire mechanic that made Snap needed it in the first place. So you basically... Okay, you don't have Snap. You don't have something as powerful as Snap, but you have a supplement. And I think that's very powerful to have. And that's one of the reasons I main Fat Boop, but that's when we get to him. So with all these things in mind, especially, she also has double super. She has stuff like, okay, here's a good one. Her JM is 7 frame startup, which is very rare. I think she's the tied fastest JM in the game with Frieza, but we're not going to talk about Frieza. But hers has good range. Hers is a really, really, really good cross-up normal. Borderline unreactable cross-up, especially now that we're playing online. You are not reacting to this shit in 1 frame delay. Like, it's really, really fast cross-up if you do it properly, and if your character isn't GT Goku, but that's beside the point. In addition to that cross-up, she has a same side option where she super jumps and does her JS and aims down. And if you super dash on prediction, she can cancel into the dash, fuck up your super dash, and then potentially punish you because you didn't know what the fuck just happened. Or she can like air level 1 or some shit. So that's really, really good. Yeah, I think Kefla's a really, really good character. If you want another explanation, you can ask in the comments, but I think she's really, really strong. My hair looks like fucking shit, dude. What the fuck? Oh my god. Please, never look at this for other videos. Android 18. Android 18 is good for similar reasons, right? Well, not similar reasons, but she has the same Hell Zone kind of idea, right? She has many different ways to cover a sliding knockdown. She even has her own Hell Zone, right, with the EX17 times 2, right? Again, high damage. She has great neutral, right? She has stuff like the barrier with 17. You can like I-80 back 17 barrier in neutral and cover yourself from a lot of things. She has the disc, which does a lot of chip damage and jails into vanish. She has stuff like EX17 in neutral, kills raw tag. This turns the game into a 1v1 match, and 18 is going to dominate you because she has great key blast and all that kind of shit. I'm getting tired, but she has an unreactable grab, right? High damage. I think I already said that. New combo route gives her even more damage. I'm gonna keep that with the first one. Decent enough corner carry. She has a good re-jump. I think one issue with her is that she doesn't get a lot. Oh wait, one more thing. She has some of the best level 3 Oki in the game. She can mix by herself. Now here's the deal. She can't actually mix with assist very well. She doesn't get assist that. She doesn't get mix-ups that way. She gets most of her hits in neutral, and then you combo into her level 3, and then she mixes you that way. So, yeah. One of her weaknesses is that she doesn't get a lot of knockdowns without help. That's what I think one of her weaknesses. She has a lot of ways to cover a sliding knockdown, but she doesn't get a good sliding knockdown unless you call an assist or you Dragon Rush or some shit like that. So, that's what I feel is one of her weaknesses. Another one of her weaknesses is, I think she kind of loses to Reflect a little bit harder than some characters because she doesn't have any way to both double Reflect and smoke Reflect tag like a character like Kid Buu, like a character like 21, like a character like potentially Gotenks, I believe, like a character like I think Base Goku, I think Cell, all that kind of shit. She doesn't have any way to deal with that. So even though she kills one system mechanic, which is the knockdown, she loses to another, which is kind of sad. Yeah, but I think 18 is really strong. I think those two are the only things she's really lacking in. Beerus, and I know some people are gonna be like, yo, Beerus ain't that good. Sonic Fox is fucking capping and all that shit, but I disagree. I think Beerus is pretty good. I don't think he's top 5 like Sonic says, but I think the Oki, the high damage, right, the decent enough. I think honestly above average, neutral. It just requires a setup. Stuff like he can get mix-ups with most things because of quarter circle forward M. He has a level 2, right? He has decent enough support, right? I think his B assist goes on like most teams, right? A lot of hit stun, pretty good block stun. He can make plus frames by himself, right? He has stuff like the EX ball kick, which is really strong RPS, because if they do the full thing, it's a true block string because the first hit is an orb reflectable. If they don't reflect it, he's +1. But if they do try to reflect it, you can end on the orb and be -2, backdash, 2M, kill the reflect, and you fucking die because you gotta fight Beerus. So that's really strong. Like I said, Oki is really strong in this game. I think if you have a lot of ways to cover a wake up like Beerus does with the orbs, you will find a lot of success, I think, as a character. Maybe not as a player, it's not going to carry you, but I think if you get good at doing stuff like that, it's really successful. Good enough neutral, like I said. I think Beerus is a good character. I think his weaknesses are stuff like his neutral requires a setup. His normals aren't very big. He can kill reflect tag and all that kind of shit, but his normals aren't very big. You can't really poke with them very efficiently. Aside from that, like really, he doesn't have a weakness down here. It's just that he's not particularly OD overpowered at anything, in my opinion. But he's a really great character, and if I were to get a strong argument about some really broken shit he has, I may consider moving him to like right over here, or even right over here, or some shit like that. But for now, I think he's comfortable right here. I don't really want to move him that much higher. I have faith in him, but I don't have that much of belief in him. So, Fat Buu, yo, this is my boy. This has been my main since season 1. I'm a fucking character specialist, baby. I don't know what's so funny about character specialist, but fucking, I'm a character specialist. I know all there is to know about this fat, greasy fuck. You fat, fucking disgusting, ass-smelling, blob, cheese-drinking, Crisco bathing, calorie thieving, Cabbage Patch Face having, Dr. Robotnik looked... That shit was so fucking funny. Anyway, the strengths of Fat Buu. Good ass neutral. Yeah, good ass neutral. Honestly, he has pretty good damage now. He has great Oki. He's really strong Oki. Similar reasons as Beerus, as Gotenks, as Kefla. He has really strong ways of covering your wake up, right? I think he might have the best meterless option, which is Fat Throw. If you Fat Throw plus assist, you get a 50-50, and if they reflect, it's just RPS. I think he's really strong. I already talked about his strengths and all that kind of stuff, you know, in other videos. I made tutorials about the character, so I'm not going to go too in depth. But I think the weaknesses that prevent me from really wanting to put this character higher, that a lot of people don't really want to talk about, are, one, this character actually loses to reflect pretty hard, which I've been appreciating less and less over the course of me becoming a better player and, you know, just playing the game more and being like, fuck, this character sucks against reflect. Me and Himeos were trying to lab reflect strings in Majin Buu Discord. The closest we can get was a very, very ambiguous, let's say, 5L 5H string, which only works at certain distances to body reflect tag, and 5LL, which again only works at certain distances, and sometimes they will reflect both hits in one reflect. So this character is not very powerful against reflect tag. He doesn't smoke that shit at all. And if you try and wait for the reflect tag, if you just do a 1 jab into a 2 jab or some shit, they can run up and smack you or something like that. So I think that reflect weakness is really, really, really annoying. Other weaknesses I've talked about before. He's a greedy character, right? He needs a lot of resources to be managed efficiently. At the same time, I don't think his assists are good enough for him to be a team player enough, for him to give back to the team, to, in some players' eyes, be worth playing. I still find him worth playing, personally. But those things, like, such things like that, really hurt the character, in my opinion. I think another thing about the character is execution. His combos are actually not that hard, but the mix-ups, right, the fat throw mix-ups, some people find them really, really hard to do consistently, effectively. People mash out, people 2H out, people vanish out because they keep fucking up the setup, and that can be a turnoff. So, execution, he's greedy, and weakness to reflect, I think, are his weaknesses, but other than that, he's a really, really good character. I was considering putting Bardock above him, but I don't believe in Bardock as much as I believe in Majin Buu at the current moment. So, Bardock is good, like I said, similar reasons as UI. He can pressure reset efficiently because he has good buttons. He has great neutral. Really, he's kind of like UI light at this point. There's kind of a hard pill to swallow because I really think Bardock is very strong. But I mean, this whole S tier is really strong. But yeah, he can make his own plus frames. He has one of the only moves, Gut Punch, that does real ass chip damage in this game, which I think is really cool. He can cook it, so if you try to reflect it, I'm waiting for that reflect, bitch. You're gonna get TOD'd. Great support. Bardock V is still a good assist. He goes on most teams pretty well. If not, you use the A. I think Bardock V is still the better assist. Still pretty good. But I think the nerf really did hurt his assist value because some people who didn't want to run beams used that as their full screen assist. Now they can't do that anymore. Now they gotta run fucking Trunks, and they're like, oh, I didn't want to learn flip mix. So yeah, high super damage. He has a level 1 DP, which isn't really that good, but it's a DP. DP is a DP is a DP. He has still, I think, one of the best lariats in the game, if not the best. Maybe that's Yamcha. Could be Yamcha, but really good lariat. -5. Can always backdash away, right? If you have the right team, he can TOD off it, right? So Yamcha, base Goku with the Spirit Bomb. He has a lot of good traits. I think really his problem is the mix-up. I know a lot of people love to say, yo, Bardock has no mix. And of course, you know, he has no real 50-50, but at the same time, I can't really think of a way to mix people up aside from, like I said, if you have the advantage and Bardock is staggering you, you want to get out of the block string, and Bardock is going to be like, fuck yes, I'm going to punish your mistake. So, yeah, that's his strength to me. He likes to have the advantage already. Yeah. Like I said, I think, like with Beerus, I think, he doesn't have as much of a weakness as much as he just doesn't do anything particularly effectively. Well, he does do stuff effectively, but like he doesn't excel. He's not the #1 at anything. He just plays the game really well. He has stuff like the auto combo, the jab with the great hitbox, auto combo, brings them down, gives you a combo almost anywhere. If you see them cross up, you can most of the time press a button, jab, bring them down, you get a combo. He can steal his turns back really efficiently. He has stuff, like I said, the plus frames are really good. His vanishes, oh yeah, here's another thing I think weighs him down. His double reflect is actually not really that great, because you basically just have to lariat, which lariat is decent, but like, I don't know, why would I use lariat when I could have Kid Buu 5 down? Yeah, so that's another thing I think weighs him down, but overall, he's still a really solid character, obviously, right? Anyone who says Bardock's not a good character is fucking capping. Hit, I'm a hit believer. A lot of people aren't hit believers right now, but I'm a hit believer. Hit, like I said, he succeeds, he kills a system mechanic. You can't reflect hit. All of his moves teleport straight towards you. You can't reflect me, you can't reflect me, you can't reflect me. For this reason, if he gets plus frames at all, which he has a lot of, most of the time, and you try to reflect him away, you just can't. Don't even bother. Don't bother trying to reflect hit. It's not gonna work. High damage. He plays new. I think he might have some of the best anti-neutral in the game. He has stuff like the JS, which is really powerful. Even his ground S is really good. Frame 4 stance. So basically a safe frame 4 DP you can cancel or keep going with, which is really, really good. The dash. The dash is through a whole bunch of projectiles. And he can cancel it into his stances, which is really, really, really good. He has stuff like the command grab, which is not as fast as, you know, other command grabs, but it's full screen, and it's faster than those full screen command grabs. So you can catch a lot of people off guard with it, which I think is really, really cool, especially because he does such high damage. He has stuff like the gun super, where he just unloads all his meter. Not quite a double super, but it's basically the same idea. You just get fucking... You fucking died. Another thing. Here's a system mechanic I think no one else kills better than Hit. Hit absolutely decimates Spark because of his level 3. His level 3 was given a unique property where it literally stops time. If you're in Spark, you will stop regenerating for the whole level 3, and that's really, really good. So if you Spark against Hit and he hits you, you're generally still gonna die. He has a lot of medium scaled moves. He has a lot of plus moves if you air block them. His issue is that because you are dissuaded from reflecting him, there's no reason to reflect Hit. And then when you block him, he has no 50-50, he has no real mix. He can't open you up very efficiently in that regard. So, I think for those reasons he can be considered a weaker character. But overall, for the neutral reasons, another thing, his assist, his A assist, got buffed. It's really, really, really good. The shit starts behind you, defensively, like SSJ Vegeta, if you're close, and then if you're further in neutral, it goes forward. And it like teleports. I think it has invincibility actually in some frames. So yeah, good support value as well. And I think because of how he's designed, he can generally play the game just fine by himself. He just mainly uses assist for the plus frames for the combos. So Hit is weird, but I think he's actually really good. Cooler. Muzia Kuya. Cooler. I think this is a very controversial decision, even though Wawa, if we go back to Wawa's tier list, also thinks very highly of Cooler. Oh shit, I opened another thing on my computer. Let me close that. Let me get more water. Actually, I will be right back. Alright, so, Cooler. Why do I think Cooler's so good? Well, let's go over why I thought SSJ Vegeta was so good, right? He can spam his Ki Blast from his almost uncontestable range, cancel into a light DP, Spark, probably kill you. Cooler actually does a lot of the things SSJ Vegeta did, right? He can stay in the air and poke. Yo, I'm liking your posts on Facebook, bro. What are you gonna do about it? You gonna super dash me? You got fucking TOD'd, bro. For that reason, and I think he does higher damage than SSJ Vegeta, is really good. He also has a plus move, which is a little bit unreliable because it's his dive kick, it's 2Hable and all that kind of shit, but He has a plus move, SSJ Vegeta can't. He can also jail into vanish because he has a beam, SSJ Vegeta can't. He can also cross up more efficiently because of his big ass JM, SSJ Vegeta can. He can kill reflect more efficiently because of his big ass normals, SSJ Vegeta can't. He can stagger better because of his big ass normals, SSJ Vegeta can't. Do you see where I'm going with this? I think his real weakness right now as a character is that despite all of these strengths, SSJ Vegeta could Ki Blast on the ground, cover the ground a lot better than Cooler. Cooler has to commit to cover the ground. He has to commit to the beam. He has to commit to the raise the roof. His Ki Blast doesn't go full screen. So a lot of the ways he's going to be getting in or covering the ground is either going to be 3H, which is slow. He's going to be beaming, which is slow, or he's going to be doing this, which is a little bit risky on whiff. But even though those aren't necessarily bad options, they're committal is the word. Another thing, a lot of his combos to get a good safe jump, you have to cut them short so you can do the fucking dive kick into a safe jump because you have to be able to air dash after, and that can hurt his damage output sometimes. And his Oki generally just isn't really that strong, but aside from that, he's a great character. He even has a fucking regular DP that he can choose whether or not to get a smash hit on. He can fucking switch sides with it. All this shit. I think he's a great character. Remember, all of these placements you can debate my ass in the comments, and I will probably change because I'm a fence sitter and I have no opinions, and I'm a fucking yeah. Roshi. Too early. I think it's too early to rank him, but my prediction is he would be up here somewhere. Reasons. He might even be top tier, potentially. Reasons. He has great damage. He goes corner to corner very efficiently. Absolutely broken B assist. That man got the new Bardock B. I could already see it now. You tune into a No-Kami video, he ain't saying Bardock B. You know who's doing your taxes now is the old man, the matchup knowledge. That Roshi B. Yeah. Roshi B. Yo, that assist is fucking good. He has a frame 1 guard point DP type move with big ass hitbox. It's not safe on block, but it's a good thing to have that a lot of characters don't have. He doesn't have a super dash, he doesn't have a super jump float. The super dash is weird. I don't know whether his super dash, his lack of super dash is a boon or a bane, because super dash can fucking suck sometimes. He has the reverse Kamehameha beam that he gets super dash plus assist with mid-screen with almost any assist, plus 5 on block, that he can also angle it backwards, and if you try and 2H or reflect that shit, he goes fucking wait, wrong way. This way, you reflect nothing, bitch. The moon jump type of thing that he does is also really good because, as showed up in his trailer or his reveal, if you do that through Ki Blast, you can't 2H him. You can't cancel it. You have to just fucking vanish or some shit. So I think that might be a strength. I have the character, but I haven't really labbed him or played him enough in a real match to understand him enough. So really, he's more of I don't know tier, but I also think it's too early. We gotta find some more shit with him. But for now, he's looking really, really fucking strong. Piccolo, another weird thing. These three, I respect these three players a lot as players. I think Goichi and Sonic Fox have really underrated Piccolo. I think Piccolo is really, really strong in this patch. And I don't understand why Sonic Fox especially would underrate Piccolo. Because Sonic Fox made it very clear that Beerus, who covers Oki very, very well, was strong. So I don't understand why Piccolo is strong, but Piccolo's not strong. Because Piccolo, let me take my glasses off. Maybe I made my ugly face look better. Alright, yeah, that's a little bit better. Piccolo has his orb, which is great for Oki. He has damage just like Beerus. He has neutral just like Beerus, but not the exact same way. Dude, Piccolo's really good. Piccolo can make his own pressure with the orb on an Oki. He can jail into vanish using the eye beams, laser beams by himself. He has stuff like Hellzone on block, which Beerus doesn't have, which is not as powerful because you can guard cancel it, but it's still a trait, right? You can use some assists and make it guard cancel safe. Okay, suck. He has a good level 3. He gets good Oki off it. He gets good, decent enough mix-ups off it. What else about this character? Yeah, I don't know. I think he's really strong. I don't know what some people don't see. I might move him down. You know, I don't think he's that high, right? He could be a lot lower than this. Let me look at this. What if I put him right here? I think that makes more sense. A little bit more sense. But, yeah, Piccolo is very, very strong. Let me see. Wrong way. Face for this one. Yo. Right. Sexy face. Jiren's fucking unfair this season. Sonic Fox said it himself. Jiren is fucking unfair. They gave him a counter that counters grabs, and that's dumb, and I hate it. Does high damage, great neutral. They buffed all his shit, so he does good neutral shit now. Outstanding assists. He has good pressure for once. He can end his string safely. They made his light even fucking faster. Yeah, so Jiren is fucking strong. I gotta put more music on. We are listening to Pantera. Let's put on some old-fashioned Pantera. Let's go. Yeah, so Jiren's good. He just has a lot of good shit. I don't really feel like elaborating on it because I'm not too knowledgeable about the character, but mainly, dude, they gave him the fucking counter that counters grabs. What the fuck? Janemba. Another thing, a lot of people were also underrating Janemba a lot, right? Look how low Janemba is on some of these tier lists. I disagree with that. I think Janemba's really good. I'm gonna tell you why. He has a similar type of auto combo to people like Bardock, which is really good. His auto combo is pretty damn consistently one of those where if you single reflect the two, they both get reflected, right? It also, I'm pretty sure, catches backdash sometimes after a vanish, which is very, very neat. He has a really, really big 2L. It's not a low, but it's really big, so you can poke people very efficiently with it. He can true string from a jab into his 2M, which I find that a strength, because a lot of people who try to reflect staggers will get opened the fuck up by a true string medium low. Really, 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 really cool. His 5M is both kills reflect tag. You can do 5L 5M and it will kill people who try to reflect tag because the tag won't come out yet at that point. And it's -5 with spacing, like Cell's 5M. So, you get that advantage going for you. Great stagger tool. All of his buttons are really big. He has really, really good screen control. He has the projectile counter, high damage, decent enough meter gain, decent assists. He gets a 50-50 off his level 3 in the corner that he can add layers to. Decent enough command grab, right? Dude, this character is really, really good. I don't get what people don't see in this character. If you have stuff as to why Janemba fucking sucks, tell me. Trunks. I like Trunks. I dropped Trunks, but I like Trunks. I feel he's actually a little... You know what? I might put Piccolo over Trunks. I think Trunks is a little bit weaker than he should be. I feel a big weakness for Trunks is that a lot of his neutral, while it's good, is very much a commitment. You have to commit to Trunks' neutral a lot of the time. His 5S is very unsafe on whiff. The beam is unsafe on whiff. The Change the Future is not as unsafe on whiff, but if people notice that you're full screen and you like to dash forward before you change the future, they can probably preemptively beam you or some shit like that. But other than that, oh yeah, another one. Frame data fucking sucks, don't at me. Not another one, but as for strengths, high damage, good enough meter gain, great assist value, great mix-ups. I think he's a really, really strong mid character because he can get a mix-up with so little and do so much on his own. High super damage. The list is endless. He's really, really good for team comps. He's a really good team player. That's what makes him a powerful character. But I don't like his neutral. SSJ Vegeta. I already went over some stuff about why SSJ Vegeta is good, right? The neutral. Mainly the neutral. If I spam Ki Blast from up here and shit down on you, you can't do anything because if you super dash, I cancel into light DP and you fucking die. Decent corner carry. Decent. I'm not gonna say good, but it's decent. Decent damage. Decent assist. He's just a very decent all-around character with really broken neutral. That's how I feel about SSJ Vegeta. He has some stuff like if you have a high block stun assist, he gets a mix-up like base Vegeta with the flip kick mix. Sonic Fox found shit in Season 2 mix. But I don't really like needing high block stun to get an effective mix-up. I think characters that can mix up with a lot less block stun are a little bit more preferable right now. So even though he has that, I don't really consider that as much of a strength as I would previously. Doesn't have great Oki on most of his stuff, even though on his level 3 you can generally get a mix-up. Yeah. Also, he has no way to gel into Vanish, except for his auto combo. So, for neutral reasons, I think that's important. Vegeta's done. 17! I actually really like 17 as a character. For a while, I wanted to pick up 17. I wanted to learn 17. I couldn't get into him because he has one big, glaring, gaping weakness fucking slut hole. His normals suck. His normals are ass. I hate his normals. They're so trash. His jabs are small. His auto combos small. His M is small. His 2M is small. Everything he has before the heavies is small. Even his down heavy is small. His normals are like fucking... This dude has Asian cock normals, dude. I don't like his normals. But aside from that, great meter gain. Actually, really, really high meter gain. Really, really... You know what? Watch this. Hold on. Might do this. Potentially more, but we're going to save that. If I ever publish this list to Twitter, that'll be my official remake of it. But, outstanding damage, great meter gain, great assist value because his A assist is fucking busted. High super damage. They gave him decent enough mix-up now. I don't think he has a 50-50, but he has stuff with like the fast fall, Rekka in the air, fucking dumbass shit, which is cool. He can reset you. He doesn't need assists that much for his general game plan. He mainly only uses it for combos similar to hit. I think a weakness of his is that he, aside from the normals, he loses to reflect kind of bad without the Rekka. And if you want to challenge the Rekka, he has to cancel into barrier, which is a bit of a risk because if you whiff the barrier, unless you have a DP, boy, they gonna chew on your big ass. Oh, you whiff the fucking barrier, they're gonna fucking kill you. Yeah. So that's what I think 17 is. He's really, really good, though. Great corner carry, by the way. Krillin. There are people I know that are huge Krillin stans, and they're going to hate me for putting him here because they think, oh my god, Krillin's so good! Yo, Krillin's OD! What the fuck? But if you didn't notice, all these top players that are making tier lists are putting Krillin really, really low. And I disagree with them putting him that low. I don't think he's that bad. But I especially was very confused as to that placement when I saw the trailer for the Season 3 changes and they buffed Krillin's normals and I was like, holy shit! They fixed his only problem. His normals were his only problem. What the fuck? He can triple reflect now. He's fucking insane. What the fuck? You dudes are fucking sleeping on Krillin? And that's what I thought. But then here's what I'm thinking. Like I said, characters that need certain specifics to mix up aren't as powerful right now as people like these who literally don't, except for maybe you, that literally don't need fucking anything to mix you up. Krillin mixes up on his level 3, which a lot of characters can do most of the time, on DHC with his level 3 with the Forbidden mix-up, which is actually really strong, but you need a specific team comp to do it. On his Oki with the Rock and Assist, or you have a high blocks and assist, and he whips the Senzu, and he gets a high-low. He does it very effectively with Bardock B, so those two are very powerful comp in early Season 3. But he also has, with most assists, to get him on par with these guys in top tier, the After Image flip mix. Now people are like, oh my god, just use that mix. You get it with less than a beam. This shit is so good, but I'm not detail why I don't think it's good. The overhead sucks. Simple as that. Overhead sucks. 2M as a low option is really good. But because of that, I'm always going to be blocking this shit low. Because if you go overhead, and I get smacked, you spent, let's assume this is mid-screen, an EX bar so you can get this mix-up mid-screen. Supers to kill me after it, potentially a vanish. And if I blocked it, you're only +3. That's not that good. I'm sorry. That mix-up is not that good. I think his other mix-ups are very powerful, but you need a lot of shit to get them. Which is why I think as an anchor, he's a very good character. I think Krillin on anchor, especially because they buffed his normals, is actually pretty good. However, then there was also another issue with Krillin anchor, which I found to be his neutral. And he has good neutral, and I'm not going to say he has bad neutral, because I think there's no way this character has bad neutral. I think he's a good character. But there's a problem with neutral in the sense that even though he's not necessarily weak to super dash, you can block the super dash. You can't punish the super dash either. If you're spamming your 2S, if you're in the air, if you're in the air spamming that shit, I can super dash and you can block, but you can't punish it. If you're on the ground and you're most of the time, either the super dash is gonna barely hit one of them and you don't react and you're gonna block it, or it's not gonna hit and you're not gonna be able to punish it, period, and you're gonna block it. So even though you're not gonna get punished by the super dash, you're gonna block it, and if you block a super dash, that's game over, bro. You got 50-50 on most characters. Unless, okay, on the ground you get reflected. That's true. On the ground you get reflected. But I think that's still, for the air one especially, that's still not a great attribute to have, especially because the ground one doesn't cover as much area. The air one covers this whole line in the air that the beam can't touch. Most people are going to be jumping Krillin because of the beam. But you can't reflect in the air. So there's kind of these little tiny baby weaknesses with the character that I'm not really particularly fond of, which I think puts him lower. But I do think on Anchor he becomes significantly better because they give him a free bar and they buff his already good damage. Like I said, I think he's actually a good character right now. He has good normals, right? Great frame data, high damage, high meter gain, good corner carry, all that kind of shit. Good Oki. I may actually, for the sake of all that, put him above Vegeta, but for that neutral weakness, I don't think he's S tier. I think he's just a decent A tier, right? Yeah, Tien. A lot of people are saying Tien. Yo, Tien. Oh my god, Tien. Yo, Tien's over here. Yo, Tien's over here. Yo, fucking Tien. Where's Tien? Okay, Goichi has a fucking brain, but okay, I didn't mean that. Sonic Fox, you a smart motherfucker. You a smart motherfucker, Sonic Fox. You can think like hell, but I don't think Tien's that good. Tien, even though they buffed a lot of things about him, I think he still has one big weakness they didn't fix, which was going on teams. He doesn't go on a lot of teams. I really feel that it's very hard to put Tien on teams right now because of his assists. His assists are not that good. I really don't believe in Tien's assists at all. And you could fucking cry me a river about how TNA is not that bad, TNB is not that bad, TNC. I like TNC, but Fucking cry me a rib about those assists. I think those assists are the reason people are actually not playing TN. Because the A is probably the worst beam assist in the sense that it doesn't have a lot of blocks done. It doesn't have as much use as a general beam assist. Not even a beam C. And the B is essentially just the worst variation of Gotenks A you can possibly ever make in this game. Like, it's slower, it has less blocks done, it does 0 damage on hit. Oh my god, dude, that's just not that good. Aside from that, he has really, really great things, right? He has stuff like, if you're in Spark, you can Tiger Knee. I like you cut, G! Smash his head in with a fucking hammer. And then super after and kill him. You have Chaozu, you have the shotgun supers, you have really, really high damage generally. They buffed his neutral. He has the butter gun. He gets to fall with the beams, so you get to do shit like Harry Potter Magic Wand. Aha! Sliced you with a fucking sword. How do you feel? But I think that assist weakness really holds him back, and he doesn't do anything. Well, you know what? Okay. Damn, Vegeta's getting fucked. But yeah. So Tien's really main issue is he doesn't go on a lot of teams. He's a pretty strong character. May put him over Krillin later, because I didn't really consider exactly how strong his strengths were, but may put him over Krillin later. Yamcha fucking fell off. Holy shit. In my eyes. Some people still think he's really, really good, and I can see why. He still has a lot of things that made him strong, but in my eyes, Yamcha really, really fell off, and it's not really because he got worse, which he did get a little bit worse. I think it's because other characters around him just got better. The game just buffed people, and he wasn't good enough to compensate, in my eyes, even though he's really, really good. This whole fucking dude, everyone in this game is fucking good. He has great frame data. He has a double super that he can safe jump off of the level 1 if he ends it early, right? If he does a certain combo as level 1, he can end it early. He can solo reactable mix-up you with his Wolf Fang. It's not unreactable, but it's a good trait to have. He has a good JM for cross-ups. He has good level 3 Oki, even though he doesn't really get anything real, quote-unquote. It's all like conditioning based. He has a good tick throw. He has a good range elbow poke. Yo, smell my pits. That's his jab. Really, really, really good jabs generally. And he has the obvious, the lariat. He has the Wolf Fang. Oh, goes full screen, but they nerfed that. So now he can't just spam it forever, and I find that really annoying. Oh look, my hair went back to normal. I didn't even notice. Yeah. So I think for the reasons of his one real Wonder Boy tool, aside from his Ki Blast, got nerfed, and everyone else just got better. That's the real reason he fell off. He's still a great character. He still has great assists. He still has all that great stuff. My music's still playing, right? Okay, cool. Vegito is actually pretty good, and some people don't like Vegito. Look at how fucking low Sonic Fox put Vegito. Holy fuck! Look at how fucking... Okay, you put him really high. Look at how fucking low Goichi put Vegito. Fuck! Vegito sucks! Look at this, he has no fucking mix. But, he does have mix. He doesn't have 50-50s. He does have mix, though. I'll tell you why he has mix. So, he has a good JM for cross-ups. Aside from that, he can also cross-up JS. In addition, he can also same side JS. Now both of his if you do JS, it jails into vanish. So people think, oh my god, SSJ Goku doesn't really have mix, but then people is okay, that's not true. SSJ Goku has mix because he can same side beam. Vegito has both sides beam. So what's your excuse? He has mix. He can also IAD fuzzy using certain assists like base Goku, who he has good synergy with. He can kill you off a stagger. Like I said, he's a stagger character. He's winning when you're winning, right? If you can just fucking force them to block for 10 years, they're going to spark on Vegito regardless of whether or not you have mix, because they want to get out of the fucking pressure. And once you force their spark, Vegeto's gonna kill you. Vegito has fucking high damage. He's gonna fucking murder you. Great frame data, good neutral, all that sort of shit. I think we already know. I think really a main weakness for Vegito, actually, is the assist value. His assists are not very valuable on a lot of teams. Even though they're not bad assists, I think a lot of people just would rather play other characters for those assists, right? Like, I could play Bardock and get a high block stun assist. I can play you and get a DP assist. I can play you and get a neutral assist or a high block stun assist. And they're all staggered characters that are also better characters. But Vegito's very strong. I'm not going to say he's not strong. He's just not up to par with some other staggery characters in the game right now, in my opinion. He's good. SSJ Goku. A lot of top players are putting SSJ Goku very, very low. That low. You put him that low. You put him that low. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, SSJ Goku's trash. Not in my eyes. I think SSJ Goku's actually pretty good. And I know this from playing him recently. I've been getting into playing him. He's actually on my main team right now. For those people who have seen that video, I picked up SSJ Goku on my main team. There's a reason for that. His neutral. He's very low commitment compared to a lot of other anchors in the game. Now, he's no base Goku. He's no base Goku. He's not a bad Goku. He ain't a bad boy. So, SSJ Goku, like I was just saying about Vegito, he has stuff like universal mix-ups. He has stuff like the same side beam, which he can vanish and kill you. But I think a good strength of SSJ Goku is similar to Tien. In my eyes, SSJ Goku is kind of like Tien, but instead of pure, like he can do the EX, like you cut G mix-up, SSJ Goku has better neutral. Because SSJ Goku can spam the Ki-Wise. SSJ Goku can cover a lot of different angles Tien can cover. SSJ Goku can teleport back fist and just get the fuck in anywhere. Tien, he can throw butter gun, but then what else does he have that's like great neutral, right? So SSJ Goku doesn't have to commit to do his neutral very well. And for all those neutral hits, he will explode you. Tien, because he doesn't get as much neutral hits as much as you just... Okay, now I'm gonna super... Hikoho! SSJ Goku can build a bar off a Spark Loop, which he got back. I would not put him this high if he didn't get his Spark Loop back. He can get a beam, Spark Loop off it, build most of his bar back, and then end the combo, and probably kill you off it. Maybe not TOD, but in the case of an anchor, SSJ Goku will probably kill you off it. Again, his weakness. He lost his 2M. Everybody knows. If he had his fucking 2M, he'd still be a much better character. In my eyes, base Goku would still be better. But he would be a much better character because he'd be able to play the game more as a mid than just a pure, rock-solid, fucking designated anchor. He would just be able to play a little bit more with other characters. But high super damage, those universal mix-ups I was talking about, he can still stagger well because he still has double jab, 4 LL. He has stuff like a 24 frame overhead, command overhead. We're not going to talk about how it's just 6M, but slightly worse. His 2M, I feel like, got a slight bit better for neutral, but that could just be my personal bias and me being bad and being like, oh look, I get to hit people from fucking round start like a jackass and being dumb. But hey, I think Goku's not that bad right now. Now, maybe you can make a case for me having fucking personal bias and putting him over these guys, but I think he's good. 16. 16 has a couple issues. A lot of people, a lot of really, really, really good people have been putting 16 very high. Oh, look, that's S. Oh, look, fucking, this is A. Oh, wait, that's actually not that good. Oh, wait, that's actually not that good. But, Sonic Fox thinks highly of 16. I don't really think that great of 16. I think 16's good though. I think anyone in A tier is good. But 16, I think the weaknesses of trash ass frame data, and he doesn't build as much meter as he should. If he had those, and he lost his auto combo double reflect because it's way slower. I think that's why he lost it. Shit like that. He also got what is it? Nerfed by the system, I think. No, he got buffed by the system. What the fuck am I talking about? I think the frame data and the not being able to get a sliding knockdown mid-screen with nothing to supplement it. Most of the time, his Oki's not that great compared to other characters. Doesn't build a lot of bar. That just hurts him. You know what? Yo. No, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, that hurts him a lot. That puts him way lower. But, you know what? Yo. Yeah, fuck it. That was way too low for YouTube. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. And, maybe YouTube. Yeah. But 16's in a pretty bad spot right now. I'm not a believer in 16 most of the time. I don't think he's a bad character. I just don't think he's particularly great at anything either. GT, I'm not a believer in either. And a lot of people are going to be like, yo, what the fuck? GT's so good. Yo, fucking, where's GT on this list? GT's so good. Oh my god, yo, GT's so good. GT's so fucking good. I actually disagree. I don't really see the hype for GT currently. And you can call me fucking Capstar, or whatever you want to call me. Oh my god, you are an ill-informed fucking, unintelligent buffoon. But, you are a babbling dingus, you can call me. But, I don't know. His neutral seems weakened because they took his auto combo, which means his beam vanish is a lot weaker. And there's a lot less reward to the risk that you're taking on whiffing the beam. His lariat got shorter, so there's less stuff that you can punish with it. His EX ball doesn't give you the same 50-50 it did, which doesn't have to give you a 50-50, but at the same time, right, like awesome meter. I've wasted my sliding knockdown unless I have really, really fast reactions on hit. Doesn't jail in the vanish. He loses way harder to reflect, which is really bad. He lost his really, really good Oki. He still gets good Oki off his Dragon Fist, but other than that, his Oki got a little bit fucked up. His mix-ups are still good, but does he get anything with a beam anymore? Probably not. His frame data for a short character, he's now outclassed by a lot of the short characters. He's even outclassed by Krillin. And he even might be outclassed in neutral by a lot of them. So I'm not a GT believer right now. I'm sorry. You can try and change my mind. I'm not a GT believer. You can talk about how Spirit Bomb being OD is great all you want, but a lot of people who used to play GT have been dropping him. I'm pretty sure that's because a lot of other characters are better. So yeah. To Adult Gohan, I think Adult Gohan suffers from very similar problems as 16, where he just can't play the game very well. He has stuff like mix-ups, but he can't really get them, so a lot of them rely on using his 2H in the block string, which leaves him very, very open to a guard cancel. And that's really, really, really annoying, because I really like Adult Gohan, but I'm not feeling him. He has good stagger, but they fucked the assist regen on his stagger. That shit is fucking breathtakingly bad. You can be staggering for 30 seconds and not get any assist back, and I find that horrible. His level 1 being low super damage really kills some of the team's super damage potential, really kills some of the TODs. Stuff like his DP assist got buffed, and he has good assists, and he's basically just a designated support character now, but I don't see a lot of ways Gohan can be worth playing over other support characters that do very, very similar things. His neutral's not that good, right? Like assists, and not assists. Neutral is very important right now. All of these characters have outstanding neutral. All of them. Every single one of them has good neutral. All of these characters, except maybe, no, all of these characters have good neutral right now. And Adult Gohan's just kind of lacking. Super Broly, and this is a hot take. This is a fucking hot take right here. I'm not a believer in Super Broly at all. I don't think he's a strong character right now. I think that Super Broly is good. Anyone in A tier on my list is good, but Super Broly does not have a reliable way to 50-50 unreactable mix you up, and that would be the case if he also had a reliable way to reactable mix you, which people will say he does. He has the RPS, he can do stomps, the grab, and all that shit. But 24 frame grab, which can be avoided relatively easily offline, is not a trait I am considering valuable at the moment, despite the fact that the game is being played online. He gets good damage, but a lot of other characters get even better damage than him. I'm pretty sure Teen Gohan and Gotenks, maybe 21, probably not. Blue Vegeta, maybe Beerus, maybe Tien, maybe fucking Jiren, maybe Vegetos can do on par damage with Super Broly, and some characters will even gain more bar, which makes their damage more worth it. Super Broly can kill Reflect, but Super Broly's frame data is really bad, and it's not just on block. On whiff, all of his stuff is very unsafe. That's kind of a problem. There's other characters that have much better frame data for the same damage he does. For example, you have a character like Cell who does very high damage, but has a lot better frame data. Kefla does high damage, but a lot better frame data. Maybe not as high as Super Broly. They build more bar, they do high damage, they have better frame data, they can play the game relatively better. Broly's neutral, aside from his 2-2 success, is also relatively committal, aside from maybe his key. Okay, so it's not that committal. It's not that bad. But it's still a lot more of a commitment option than, let's say, Kefla doing an 11 frame key blast and waiting for your super dash, than fucking Gotenks doing a key blast into a beam, then 21 spamming her 2S, then base Goku using his 2S, then base Vegeta using his ARS. There's a lot of different ways they can control the screen and literally not have to worry about getting punished, period. And Super Broly is not one of those characters. With something Super Broly has, he's probably going to get punished unless it's like done very, very smartly. You have to really think to play neutral with that character, and thinking is not very popular in this game. And I could be wrong. Like I said, if you want to debate any of these positions, I'm free. Here we're moving on to the quote-unquote bad characters. I think Nappa and Zamasu are both in their own tier. I titled this tier I don't even think that is. I think fucking that says God please stop the pain. I made this with a couple of fucking friends in a voice chat a little while ago. But these two are not necessarily bad characters, but they require momentum to work. They're very similar in my opinion. They have bad neutral. They really can't get in or play neutral very well, but once they're in, they do work. Zamasu has a hell zone. Zamasu does very high damage. Zamasu can mix you up decently. Zamasu can do shit like that. He has good normals and buttons and fucking frame data. Good anti-reflect. Nappa, same shit. He has good buttons, good anti-reflect, good damage, but less damage than Zamasu. Nappa, on the other hand, has setups, which is a little bit different, but it's a similar concept, right? Zamasu has a hell zone. Nappa has the Cyberman restands. He has 50-50s all the fucking wazoo. Less damage than Zamasu, but also I think more well-rounded in that regard. That he gets slightly more mix-up for slightly less damage, a little bit more well-rounded. I think, in my opinion, slightly better neutral. But yeah. So these two are only good if they have momentum. And that's a funny name. Trash. These characters are not trash. I don't think anyone in this game is trash, but these characters aren't. I don't believe in them, period. I don't think you can win with these characters against a player that's on your skill level or even to you. I'm sorry. Goku Black, I'm convinced that he doesn't really have many good strengths. Okay? I know Lord Knight made a good point that Goku Black might be a decent point, and I can see why you might think that. Especially because of stuff like assist plus teleport, or like is God Slicer plus assist. If he had assist help, his problems would be a little bit less infuriating. But at the same time, let's consider this for a second. Even with assist, he would still need high block stun to get a decent mix-up. He would still need more than a beam to get satisfactory neutral, especially compared to other characters. He still has average damage, which now, because they buffed everyone, almost everyone's damage in some way. Average damage is looking like trash damage right now. his neutral is actually not that bad. But even so, it's definitely not as good as these buffed characters. I really think this is a case of completely being power crept, and also on top of that being nerfed from his Season 1 self that had better traits. Again, his mix-up is not very powerful. His way to get solo pressure is not very powerful. I'm just not feeling Black. I think a lot of people would agree, but if some random Goku Black player comes out from the fucking woodworks in HOC, the fucking Axe Ice comes back and kills everyone, then hey, maybe I would be forced to change my opinion on Goku Black. Frieza. Let me tell you something about Frieza, guys. I think he's the worst character in the game. I think Frieza's legitimately not viable in any tournament. I think if you play Frieza, you are going to lose. And a lot of people are sharing that regard. Alucard might share that regard or something. But, people are like, oh my, yo, but Frieza has good neutral though. But no, Frieza's neutral is not good. Frieza has a Ki Blast. He has 6 of them, and they're pretty fast. But their hitbox is like low-key trash. It's not very big. They're just fast. He has these explosions that if you whiff them, he's pretty safe. But it doesn't fucking matter because they're not going to hit anything. And then if you do the EX, you're probably going to hit something. But then, what did that accomplish? What did hitting me with the explosion accomplish? I blocked it. You tried to vanish. I reflected it. I blocked it. You didn't try to vanish. Now you're minus from full screen, and I'm gonna moon jump towards you. You did it from full screen, and I got hit, and you did like 19% off of vanish, off a neutral hit. That shit is fucking trash. He doesn't have anything to jail into vanish to get him in. He doesn't have any decent plus frames to give him good pressure. He has good normals, but what good are they if he can't fucking touch you? He has no mix-up aside from maybe something off his level 3. He can't even really cross you up that effectively except with JL. He can't really stay same side. Okay, he can stay same side. He has his JS angle, but I don't know, man. Frieza, I don't feel Frieza at all. It doesn't matter how many fucking golden Frieza comebacks your character can make, or how many people are like, yo, but Frieza point though. I think Frieza sucks. I think he's legitimately a fucking unviable character. And lastly, but not leastly, the I don't know tier. Now, Ginyu, I don't have enough knowledge of. I hear he has literally the best damage in the game, period, if you optimize, which I believe Ginyu combos literally go on for a TOD length. I think he's kind of weak, personally. Goichi sees him as S tier, and I have to acknowledge Goichi's character knowledge, because he played Ginyu for a little bit. So he might be seeing something I don't, but a character, to me, that can't really mix you, that's neutral tools you can fucking stuff with a jab like this, that his plus frames don't really mean that much because of the fact that he can't mix you in some way. I don't know. I don't feel Ginyu. I think he's good. I think he might be like in A tier somewhere. Videl, I think, might be bottom of A tier if I were to rank her, but I don't actually know. Again, lack of matchup knowledge. I don't know the extent of all the shit that she's been given. I don't see many Videls putting in work aside from fucking Neezy. Yeah, again, lack of knowledge. Gogeta's also, these are all just lack of knowledge, but Gogeta could potentially be lower than Videl even. I don't believe in Gogeta, but I keep hearing people say, yo, Gogeta's OD, and then you got tier lists like fucking, who? Oh, wow, it's just the general consensus, Gogeta's trash. Okay, watch this. Boom. There we go. So, this is, like, Gogeta, they buffed his neutral a little bit, but his frame data is still mostly trash. He still can't really mix you up very effectively. He still can't play neutral that well, even with the neutral buff. His super damage is good, his damage is good, but he's never really going to touch you because of lack of mix-up. He doesn't really even have anything that's, like, reactable mix. I don't know. I'm not feeling Gogeta this patch. Yeah, so that's the end of the tier list. It took me a long time to make this, I was really thinking about character placements. Before I end the video, I'm just going to put these guys somewhere. I think maybe I'll put you around here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know too much about those characters. I'm just guessing. But yeah. Again, this is really a little bit ill-informed because I think it's early in the season, but for now, this is my thoughts. Let me know what you think. If you think I'm wrong about anything. Oh yeah. Yo, Kratos. This is my dog. You can't see him. If you think I'm wrong about anything, let me know and we can have a discussion. And I'm not gonna use any evidence because I'm a retard. Yeah. The playlists and albums, the albums that I used as music for this video will be in the description. And I'm fucking tired. Peace.